Nothing compares to the wonders of our world. For eons, we have created history, science, and music. Humanity has created quite the spot for itself on this earth. Even now, we discover and create endlessly. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 amazing discoveries. Disney to the rescue to save passenger overboard. If you were on the Carnival Sensation cruise ship on a Tuesday night, you might have expected to hear the sounds of adults drinking at a bar, the calmness of the ocean waves, or the shrieking of kids as they rung along the boardwalk. However, what you did not expect to hear was the argument that began to ensue and clash between a man and a woman within their room. It got so bad that the man threatened to hop overboard. The woman further egged him on, believing that he would never actually follow through. All of a sudden, the sound of a man falling over a balcony into the swirling pitch-black ocean waters was heard. What follows is the sound of instant regret. In other words, the man begins to cry for help as soon as he makes impact. Soon, the Carnival Sensation ship stops its course along the ocean and not only turns their spotlights on, but tosses several markers into the water as well. It was at that moment when a nearby cruise ship, the Disney Wonder, noticed the spotlights in the distance. In a split-second decision, the ship decided to change its course and lend a hand by sending out its own rescue boat. By then, it had already been an hour. If the man was still out there, in the surprisingly calm ocean waves, they would have to find him fast. Quickly springing into action, the Disney Wonder told all its passengers to remain quiet so that they could hear whatever cries of help the man was making. After a scary situation, the lifeboat crew finally located the 34-year-old and pulled his tired body up to safety. It had been almost 90 minutes at that point, and he had been treading water all alone in the darkness. Upon meeting the man, the captain of the Disney Wonder noticed that he had completely shifted moods. He was an angry man, and now was a man grinning from ear to ear. Perhaps that is exactly how you would feel if your life had just been saved. Just to make sure he was okay, the unidentified man was sent to the hospital for a final mental and physical checkup. If the Disney Wonder ship had not been nearby, perhaps the man would have sunk under the water, never to be found again. Disney's magic might just be more mysterious and wondrous than we ever thought. World War II love letters wash up on New Jersey beach. A love story sure to melt your heart, certainly fit for a Disney film, unfolded in the November of 2012, though it starts much earlier. In 2012, after the havoc wreaked by Hurricane Sandy, a 14-year-old boy, Patrick Cheney, was walking along the disturbed beach trail or Sandy Hook Bay in the Atlantic Highlands of New Jersey with his family when something rather peculiar caught his eye. Patrick's mother, Kathleen Cheney, said, "I wanted to return them to whoever they belonged to," and embarked on her mission to trace the original recipient of these 57 thoughtful and affectionate love letters. Patrick took the letters home and dried each one in front of the fireplace, taking care to not damage them and restore them as best as he possibly could. When she began looking for clues, Kathleen began to place a picture of this couple. A young woman, Dorothy Fallon, wrote to her fiancé, Lynn Farnham, in the run-up to their wedding, and every word of every letter told a story of love, romance, and care. Their letters were dated from 1942 to 1948, with one 1948 letter reading, "Well, darling, 2 weeks from today, and we will be married." As Kathleen read, she pieced more and more of the puzzle together, though still could not figure out exactly why this couple had been kept apart, with no mention as to why Lynn Farnham was in Vermont. When Kathleen visited the address printed at the top of the letters, believing this return address could lead her to the home of Dorothy Fallon, but on arrival found that it had been torn down. Left without the discovery of new clues, Kathleen took to Craigslist, posting an advert to try and catch the eye of a relative, perhaps, but received no reply. The next step in this mission was to visit findagrave.com, where she found Lynn Farnham, who reportedly passed away in 1991. She left a posting under the site page and a niece of Dorothy and Lynn got in touch from Virginia. A phone call with apparently plenty of tears and the revelation that Dorothy, aged 91 in 2012, lived in New Jersey, Asbury Park, in frail health conditions. There were plenty of promises to get the letters back to the family as soon as possible. Dorothy's niece explains the appearance of the box there was rather peculiar, with no relatives living within the area. It seems the letters floated down the Shrewsbury River, washing up on Sandy Hook Bay for Patrick to find. Each letter had been signed with, "I love you dear and miss you very much. All my love, always, Dottie." This wonderful story had a relatively happy ending, with Dorothy receiving her letters safe and sound. Study says trees have feelings. Trees have feelings, make friends, and look after each other like an old couple, according to a recent study. Science has proven that trees are far more intelligent than we ever anticipated. They are capable of feeling pain and experiencing emotions such as fear. Trees prefer to snuggle and stand close together. They enjoy having visitors and prefer to take things slowly. These are only a few of the discoveries made by tree whisperer Peter Wolleben. Peter is a German researcher who not only appreciates being in the presence of trees, but has dedicated his life to learning about them. Trees do indeed have friendship, he claims. They have the ability to create attachments similar to that of an elderly couple when one looks after the other. Trees have emotions. Furthermore, trees are thought to have a heartbeat in the same way that humans do. Dr. Andreas Linsky of Aarhus University in Denmark utilized a laser scanning technique to precisely quantify the position of branches and leaves on 22 different tree and shrub species. He published observations of significant unanticipated movement cycles last year. Some trees, with their own form of a heartbeat, elevate and lower their branches numerous times throughout the night, signaling a cycle of water and sugar transfer. In a statement, Zelinsky added, "We found a previously unknown periodic movement of up to 1 centimeter in cycles of 2 to 6 hours. The movement must be linked to changes in water pressure within the plants, implying that the tree is pumping. As previously assumed, water transport is not simply a steady state flow. Some trees lower their branches by up to 10 centimeters during the night before rising them with the sun. We assumed only select families engaged in the process since it is so slow and delicate, but we are now seeing that it is increasingly universal. During the course of a night, a magnolia tree goes through 3 full cycles of modifying its branches, indicating changing water pressure. Plants, like humans, have skin that reacts to their surroundings, and this is critical to their existence. Even while plants lack eyes, hearing, and a tongue, their skin may perform many of the same activities. Plants are not just aware of when it rains or when it is windy, they can also react to it. But what do you make of these interesting discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.